So now we can look at our pattern from the picture, and we can see that at each stage, you're just taking however many rows there are times 3, because there's 3 cubes in that row, plus 1 for that cube on top. So we have 3 times 1 plus 1 gives us 4 cubes. Here we have 2 rows, so it's 3 per row times 2 plus 1. So 6 plus 1 gives us 7 cubes. Here we've got 3 times 3 plus 1, because we had 3 rows. So 9 plus 1 gave us 10 cubes. Here we have 3 times 4, because we had 4 rows of 3 plus 1. So that gives us 12 plus 1 is 13. Okay, for pile 4 is 13. Then for pile 5, we would have 5 rows. So it would be 3 times 5 plus 1 is 16. So we can take 3 times 10 plus 1 would be 31. So now my question is, if you compare this back to what we did on Blackline Master number 1 on the first handout, how could we find the relationship between X and Y? If we wanted to find any Y value based on the X, what could we do?
X, you will go by X with how many piles you have.
Yep.
And Y will equal your amount of cubes.
Y is the number of cubes. Very good. So how do we find the number of cubes if we have X piles?
Multiply.
Multiply by what?
How many sets of cubes you have?
How many piles you have? Yep. And what?
Am I saying it right?
Yeah, you're multiplying by how many piles you have, but that is represented by what variable?
If I did, though, when you say multiply, do your cube, your pile 10 cube, I would do 10 multiply plus times 3 plus my 1 at the top.
Okay, and so you're going to do that, but this time you have X piles instead of 10. So say what the Y would be this time. Instead of taking 3 times 10.
I mean, not X. Y would depend on how many piles I had.
Yes. So instead of taking 3 times 10 plus 1, 1